welcome back to my channel. We're now in September. How crazy is that? Which means schools are kind of back now and uni will be starting soon, and that is what today's video is all about. It's all about starting uni as a fresher, so anyone who's going to uni for the first time this month. It's very daunting going to uni. I had that 3 years ago now. I can't believe it's been 3 years since I started uni. It will fly by, trust me. I'm about to go into my final year, which is my 4th year because I had my year out working for my placement year, and I go back next week. So that is quite exciting actually. I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be completely different to the past year that I've had working in an office. It's all about getting your own routine sorted, having your independent study but having a good time and just enjoying yourself basically. And I know that the next 9 months or so are just gonna fly by, so I just need to make the most of it while I can. I've got this 1 year that I can just go back and be a student again for the last time in my life. I don't think I'm going to do a master's, so this is my chance to make the most of it before I become a working lady. So today's video, I thought I would just share with you some kind of tips and things that I've learnt from being a fresher all the way back in 2014-15, because I think it would have been quite useful for me to see a video with these bits of advice, because at times I was like, is this normal? Let's just get straight into it. So some kind of topics I want to discuss today, I've just written them down on my phone, on my notes. Packing, homesickness, going out and the work life balance, your course, and also making friends and leaving old school friends behind. So to start off with packing, right, so when I first moved to uni I had probably it would have been a full carload of stuff, which is fine. That's what you basically need, like your life in your car pretty much. That's what you think anyway. Like your bedding, you'll have clothes obviously, kitchen stuff, bathroom bits, just yeah, you'll have a lot of stuff. And you'll see loads of lists online of people saying, oh yeah, you'll need all this stuff. You probably won't need it all. You'll need just what you need at home on a day-to-day basis. So obviously like your bedding, and you'll need kitchen stuff, but don't feel like you have to take the kitchen sink, pardon the pun. The sink will be there provided, don't worry. Like kitchen utensils, if you go to IKEA, you don't have to buy every single kitchen utensil under the sun. And remember, in your flat you'll have people that will bring stuff as well, so it might be a case that if you don't have it now, you might not need to get it, or if you do need to get it, then it's not the end of the world. Like you can just order it online, or if your uni town has good shops, you can just go and like go to a cheap shop basically and get bits that you're missing. But you will figure it out. Don't feel like you have to take everything at the beginning. And for some cheap shops to buy stuff, don't feel like you have to go to like Lakeland to get all of your stuff. IKEA is your best friend for uni. It's a bit of a pain sometimes to get to, but if you're going to do like a massive shop, I'm sure probably by now people have done their uni shop, so IKEA is the place to go. For little bits and bobs, I really liked going to Class Olsen. Wilko and The Range are really good as well because the stuff's really cheap, but it's like, from what I've experienced and what I've bought from there, it's pretty good stuff, and that's all you need. You don't need anything that's like top quality. So now on to the decoration part. So this is still technically part of packing. I would strongly advise, if you're like me and you like your home comforts and you like a room that's got your own touches in, then I would just take things from home that remind you of home and your friends and your family. So like pin boards with photos, I would take little ornaments, maybe candles if you're allowed them, fairy lights if you're allowed them, I found that really made my uni room a lot more personalised to me, because when you first go into a uni dorm room, you look at it and you think, oh, it's very like boring and bland, and you just want to kind of add your own touches. So when you have your own duvet cover and pillows and little cushions, then you can really add like your own stamp on the room, and I think that's very important. And it also helps a lot with the homesickness element as well, which I'm about to go into a bit more, because you can feel like it's your room, you're not in some uni room, like this is your own room, and you want to make it feel as like comfortable and cozy as possible, because at the end of the day you will spend a lot of time in your room, whether it's studying or sleeping. Then you want your room to be nice where you can like relax and unwind. So now on to homesickness. I personally did experience a bit of homesickness, well quite a bit of homesickness in my first few weeks of uni. I think mainly because you're in a new place, you don't really know many people. Well, I knew a couple of people from home, but in my halls I didn't know anyone beforehand, so it was all like completely new, and you know, you don't have anyone really that you can confide in that you know from home. So I think that did kind of get to me. By the end of freshers fortnight I did get like quite homesick. I did go home after the 2 weeks, I think it was. I think in the end I just like Skyped my family. I was like, I really like miss home. And my dad was like, well, you're only a train ride away, so don't feel like you can't come home. It's not like you're a million miles away. You are literally just a train ride away and you can be home like within a couple of hours, which for me was quite comforting to know. So I knew a couple of people from school who had gone to the same uni, and I did meet up with one of the girls, and that was really nice because I actually got to speak to her, and she was like, no, it's perfectly normal. Don't feel like you're abnormal by feeling homesick. Like, that's a natural thing. Like, this is the first time that you've lived away from home. And it was just quite nice to speak to someone that I knew as well. But I know that not everyone has that at uni, because a lot of the time you go there and you know absolutely no one. But I would just say that don't keep it to yourself. Don't feel like you need to keep quiet. It's not embarrassing. Don't feel like you should be embarrassed because you miss your home, or just, I don't know, your family or your pets even. Like I would miss my dog. It sounds quite sad, but she's basically part of the family, so sometimes you just kind of crave like a little cuddle of your dog or your cat or whatever. And yeah, it's perfectly normal experience to have. Some people won't feel homesick, but other people will, and that's fine. Don't feel like you have to suffer in silence. I'm sure if you get on well with some people in your flat, you can just share that with them and they might give you a bit of light relief as well. I would say it's just keep in contact with people, and with your friends from home and your family, you can just FaceTime them or text them. And literally, like, I know it's not the same as being face to face in person, but FaceTime is so good, like, to keep in contact with people. Like, a couple of times I would FaceTime my friend from like across the country, and it would feel like we were just in the same room, and that's quite comforting as well. So yeah, FaceTime will be your best friend. Yeah, and for most people, like I say earlier, you are only ever a train ride away from home. And I know if you're a little bit further, it's a bit longer to your journey, but if you feel like you need it, then I would strongly recommend you do it. And whatever the time, whatever, that's fine. Don't feel like, oh, it's a 5-hour journey, that means I can't go home for the weekend. You can. It's a bit of a pain, but whatever will make you feel better. Don't feel like you have to just suffer. And I think even now, for me, going back to my final year, I'm sure I'm gonna have a little bit of homesickness where I'll miss my family and stuff, but now that I've got good friends at uni, I know that I can just talk to them about it, and I'll let them know if I'm feeling like I'm missing home, and they'll be able to cheer me up, or they'll say, oh, you can just go home if you want. Like, it's fine, it's no issue at all.
Hi, just me. I have realised that on editing this video it is super long, so I thought I'd split it into two to make it a lot easier to follow and understand. So you've now reached the end of part 1 of my freshers advice video. If you click on the link in the description box below, you'll find the following video, which is part 2, where I continue to talk about various freshers topics, including making friends and your course and the work-life balance. So if you're interested, then click on that link there. And I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. Leave any comments if you have any questions at all, and give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!